Here we are at Fabspeed Motorsports, and we're going to have a quick video explanation of the Fabspeed Motorsports projects for the 997 twin turbo, but everything is very applicable to the 996 twin turbo as well. And here's the factory muffler for 997 twin turbo. If you look in here, you will see a ceramic base cat from Porsche. These are 700 cells per square inch, 700 CPSI. This cat's about 9 inches long, and this is a major source of restriction. But when you're engineering a car like a 996 twin turbo that had 424 horsepower and the 997 twin turbo had 480, you can constantly change parameters to bring the horsepower up a little bit. Here's a cutaway of a 996 twin turbo, and I want to mention that the 996 twin turbo and 997 twin turbo mufflers are essentially the same. The only difference is this is a 997 twin turbo muffler where the factory tip is the tips come through the body bumper, through the fascia. 996 twin turbos, they came through the bottom. And if you look at this cutaway, you can see how restricted this muffler is. The exhaust has to come in there. It's a 3-chambered muffler, 1, 2, 3, actually it's 4, and it has to come back this way to go out through the tip. And you can see the catalytic converter there, and there's the first cat and the second cat, so it's almost a full 12 inches long as a cat's, and it looks like Ben-Hur's helmet in there, and that's very difficult for exhaust flow. Here are the factory tips in a brushed stainless condition and a polished condition. Okay, and then also the factory airbox in a 997 twin turbo. As you can see, Porsche squashed the driver's side, passenger side air inlet, and this side's round. Okay, so the car gets unbalanced breathing through the dual mass airflow sensors. And but that's factory, so they made a good product. But that's what they engineered. Here's our air intake for the 997 twin turbos from Fabspeed. As you can see, it almost looks like a factory race car back in the 80s. This is dual cone filters, but they have a velocity stack in here, and it hooks right up to the mass airflow sensors. We did a lot of testing with air intake temps before and after, and this absolutely keeps the air cold. And the reason why it does that is these two air inlet ducts sit right on top of those mufflers. So when this thing goes up and all cold air is hitting right to the top of those to the cone filters, and when you're stuck in traffic or whatever, this fan blows air down in here, so it completely fills this compartment with cold air. And this is a carbon fiber, real carbon fiber heat shield that also makes it look pretty, but the air stays cold and true under all conditions. And between shifts on this car, it actually sounds absolutely fantastic. You hear the boost blow off, and you hear the car between shifts make beautiful sounds, and it's just exotic. It's simple to install. Makes 12 horsepower on a stock 997 twin turbo and more on a modified car. Okay. I also want to mention Fabspeed was the first company in the world as a tuner to purchase the 997 twin turbo, and we've used this on our all-wheel drive chassis dyno, street and racetrack to develop the best products. Now, continuing on to the exhaust systems. Here's our 63.5 millimeter, 2.5 inch stainless exhaust featuring high flow German 200 cell HGS cats. And we pioneered the use of Formula One style V-band clamps. And this is one nut, one bolt, quick release clamp. So you can change, it's gasketless, sealless. You just pop it open, tighten it. They use this on military, aircraft, pharmaceutical. So this cat connects with this clamp to the inlet of this muffler, 2.5 inch, 63.5 millimeter, and it goes inside these mufflers. And then obviously it comes out towards these quad tips. And we were the first company to develop true quad tips, not a blend of tips like an Audi license plate or Olympic thing. And then also we have clamps for this. We are also a company, we have a version 3 for these, a version 2, a version 1, and a muffler bypass pipe setup. The version 3 is like the German export system. To describe that sound, our sound's been called an exact duplicate, or there's an exact duplicate of ours. The Cargraphic Miltech export sound is what our version 3s at Fabspeed are like. Our version 1s are, and we were in business long before Tubi was. Tubi now has our version 1 type of sound, so we have the version 1 Tubis. And it's a good value point for what we do, and all the above. Our tips will fit anybody else's factory muffler, will fit the factory muffler or any other aftermarket muffler. Our tips come in black, chrome, or flat black semi-satin. We also have BMC filters for the factory airbox, which is over there. Now, here are our headers with F1 Indy style merge collectors. Good ground clearance so you will not scratch your headers or break them on the ground. And there's the spike for anti-reversion in there, all polished. 304, and these are investment cast stainless steel pieces. Now, for very high horsepower cars, we offer a 70 millimeter system, which is 2 3/4 inches. So 2.75 inch tubing all the way through, 70 millimeters, same cats, larger clamps we had to tool up for, and we had to make dedicated tips. This is for the high horsepower 996 twin turbos, 997 twin turbos, and it's probably the best and most powerful system in the world that you want for cars like that. If you have a regular 996 twin turbo, 997 twin turbo with a chip headers, you know, this 63.5 works great, and you can always let us know what sound level you want. What's other ingenious about Fabspeed is we can loosen these V-band clamps and take these out. And if you want to, we can offer you muffler bypass pipes. If you look at this catalytic converter, you can actually, in under 10 minutes, put a muffler bypass pipe on each side if you're going to the racetrack, or if you want your car to be even sportier and throatier. This is a 996 twin turbo tip. There's a 997 twin turbo tip. You can have the best of both worlds, and when you want to go home or you want to make the car quieter to suit your pleasure, you loosen these V-band clamps, pop these two mufflers back on with the supplied band straps, and you can go back to quiet. And then lastly, we also have cat bypass pipes for the car. If you're a racer or you're outside the country, we can offer you cat bypass pipes, and we just leave the cores out, and you can use those as well for maximum horsepower and torque. Obviously, you'll get a check engine light. It won't comply with emissions or warranty, but you know, all kinds of flexibility from Fabspeed Motorsports in terms of design, construction, ingenuity. Everything's made in USA. Cats are all imported from Germany, but you can see you do not have to buy a system from Germany, Italy, or anywhere else and pay a fortune for when you have super quality US stainless steel materials and ingenuity at Fabspeed Motorsports.